Hi everybody. I've spent a while gathering resources and putting machines together, and I think that I am almost ready to finish building these crystals for the Deep Resonance mod. The next thing we want to do is use a laser to help purify it. This should supposedly increase its strength and efficiency. Actually, its purity will probably go down a bit, which may result in a little bit of radiation when I get around to using it. But I should have more power. Speaking of power, I'm really starting to run low on coal. I've already dissolved some spent crystals and one almost spent crystal. But hopefully all I need to do at this point is generate enough RF to power this laser and finish purifying this liquid crystal. At the rate it's building up though, it looks like it might take a little while. Okay, we've got it charged up a little more than half full, and we are ready to apply a redstone signal to activate the laser. And hopefully something will happen. Apparently we're supposed to have the laser coming out and hitting the lens and purifying the liquid, and I'm not seeing it happen. Good news, I figured it out. Turns out when the book said that there was supposed to be the lens, a space, and then the laser, it meant not the space in which the lens was. Perhaps MC Jetty should include drawings for those of us who have trouble reading written instructions. But at any rate, we certainly have the strength and efficiency going up. I may want to consider running this through the filter again once I'm done. But we'll see how it comes out when it stops. Alright, I've strengthened this about as much as I have patience for. So next I'm going to see if I can purify it anymore. Oh, and by the way, the purifier holds its filter material when you break it. Isn't that interesting? And the filter does still work after you've broken down the purity with lasering, so that's good news. Okay, so we've got it all filtered out again. And it's time to see what we can make out of it. And 3 minutes later, it seems to have stalled at 53%. I'm going to guess that it actually needs more liquid crystal to form a whole crystal. Which means I'm going to have to do some more mining and some more melting and purifying and lasering. So I'll come back when I've got all that gathered up and ready to put underneath here. Meanwhile, directly to my left, all this refining is getting to be a pain. I really should have left myself more space to work with. But also, using just one bank of compressors fed from the pressure chamber just really wasn't working out. I had to separate things out. And I think that's because the vortex tubes are still using air when they're plugged in. So the vortex tubes can be fed from over here, although I've got those cut off right now. And I have managed to convert all of my diesel into kerosene. And at this point, I am going to have to cut off the diesel refinery so that the kerosene refinery can have enough air to do its work. And I have left things where it's really a pain in the neck to get around here. Again, because I did not leave myself enough space. But now with the air going directly over here, we should be able to get the temperature up so we can convert our kerosene into gasoline so that we can run those fluid generators for IC2. Which should be filling up these tanks right here. And it is coming up, so should be a few minutes, but we should have some gasoline shortly. Okay, so it's been a little while, but I have gotten almost 3 tanks worth of gasoline. And by the way, I also moved my semi-fluid generator down here. So now I can generate my power down here. And I found a better way to power my miner. So as for the miner, I remembered that I could use an MFE. And I built myself an energy pack, which contains about 2 million EU. But then I found out that when I pick up an MFE, it still keeps the energy that it was charged with. Back when I had played with IC2 in the past, if you picked up an MFE, it would lose its power. So you would have to store it in things like batteries or energy packs or energy crystals. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm also happy that a fully charged energy pack powered this whole run. Which means a fully charged MFE, which holds twice as much power, should power 2 whole runs of the miner. Oh, and I've got 9 resonating ore now. I'll be melting those down shortly. And as soon as this finishes picking up all its pipe, I'm going to pick up this MFE and go charge it. And we'll just put it over here to charge it up. And I've got both the geothermal generator and the semi-fluid. So that I can charge it both with the fuel and the lava, which charges it up at a fairly decent rate. Would do better if I had more generators. As for this mess here, I'm definitely going to have to do some refining of my refining process. Starting with some liquid-powered air compressors. And straightening out this mess so it's not such a mess. Because it's really hard to get around here and check on things. Much less control where the air is going so that it does what I need when I need it to. Okay, so I have melted it, filtered it, lasered it, and filtered it again. And it's about as ready as I'm going to get. And we have 4,400 millibuckets here. And since we started with 3,600, and that's more than half, then this ought to make a whole crystal. Doesn't appear that it's going to do it in a big hurry, though. Alright, this crystal should be fully cooked up now. And let's see what it gives us. Got 100% power. Strength of 49, efficiency 35, and purity of 81. Purity of 85. So all that's left is to put it in its place and see what we can get out of it. 6,000 RF per tick. Nice. That ought to charge my stuff up pretty nicely. Although I don't want to use that lever. Want to use... Oh, we still got power going out. Leftover power. Nice. Where is that all that power going to? Because it's going out at 10,000 RF per tick. Very odd. But all the other stuff is fully charged. So I'm actually ready to make some more steel. All right. So we've got generators working for the EU, and we have gotten a pretty good source of RF going on here. Of course, I need to set up shielding for that and pick up some more oil and completely rearrange my pneumatic setup. I think it's safe to say that we're in no danger of running out of things to do around here. So be sure and tune in next time to see which thing I do next. Till then, have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.